Ancient Academy on the road, Camino Santiago. We are 3 days before arriving in Puerto Marin. And I actually came here to visit one of my students. I met you in Nepal when you did the EQ test.
Yes.
I'm leaving you today, so we are doing the interview before I'm saying goodbye to you. I'm giving the word to Yachna. You can present yourself and tell a little bit about your background and why you did the EQ test, why you choose to come to Denmark and say, I want to take the education. So the word is yours.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Yachna. I have a master's degree in educational and behavioral sciences. I also did a counselor education. It was a counselor education in the family therapy and systemic theory. And I work already 13 years with children with trauma. I did the EQ test in November in Nepal. I really wanted to do it because at that moment I was traveling already a couple of months. My mom died almost 2 years ago. And after that, I decided that I wanted to be really happy and really heal and also change my life. Because before I was always in search of happiness, but I was actually not so happy. And I felt that I was missing something to make me happy. I did the EQ test and then I noticed that I was missing some purpose. I love my work with the children, but yeah, it didn't give me the purpose that I needed. So I did the EQ test also on my purpose. The EQ test, it gave me a lot of self-love, a lot of happiness and energy, actually. It also completely changed my life. Since I did it, I have the feeling, I know actually that I get a lot of opportunities, a lot of chances. I was really life-changing. It highlighted some of my capacities. I realized that I'm actually highly intelligent and that I don't use all of my talents or my capacity. But I also actually don't use my education in the work that I'm doing or did in the past years. Mm-hmm. That I don't use all the knowledge that I have. It made me balance more emotionally and mentally. And yeah, it gave me actually in general a bigger consciousness. It made me really proud also about myself. And that's a feeling that I didn't experience before.
That's nice.
Yeah. And also it made me connect with long lost dreams and desires that I have. For example, when I was in the beginning of my 20s, I really wanted to start a business. I even got a name already then.
Yeah, I remember when we were doing the extended EQ test. Then I asked you, a lot of questions, and you told me that you already have a name for your company, and I was like, you have, you know the purpose mm-hmm. of the company, and she knew what she wants to do, and she even have the name. I was like, what is keeping you? Because it was so fantastic, back on track with the knowledge and education you have. And it was like, wow, So you have your own company today.
Yes. After that, I did the EQ test. I started my own company. Really proud also about that. I think the last years I forgot about it and didn't do it because I was insecure and I was scared. And I thought, yeah, I can do that. I'm not like a businesswoman. But yeah,
a lot of norms.
Yeah, a lot of norms.
Actually, a lot of norms. That's a part, first part of your education. A lot of, knowledge about energy, how to manage energy, and a lot of norms, how to break through all the norms you have from society, from family, from school. By ourselves, we make a lot of norms. We create a lot of norms that we have as a thought form.
It is.
So and then you decided to walk the Camino.
Yes.
You were in Denmark like a couple of months after the EQ test, and you took education. You took actually a very comprehensive part of the education. We were in Denmark.
Yeah.
And how was it?
It was amazing. Actually, it was sometimes hard also. But I'm very happy.
That's not true because I was actually killing me during the education. But yeah,
I'm really happy that I started actually the education because I like to learn, and So the last years, I thought I'm going to do a therapist education.
That was like a 4
Yeah,
years long
yeah,
education, and
yeah. But I didn't started it, but because also before when I was going to therapy myself, I felt that something was missing. I also noticed it in the work that I was doing with children that I already have a lot of knowledge, but I missed some knowledge to bring my counseling, my advising to a higher level. So I started the education, and I never regretted it actually.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So the education is built like this. People, they can choose to do a big assignment, or they can choose to walk the Camino, because the Camino has a very impact of integrating and transforming a lot of knowledge, and you get out of, the norm and the life you have and all the habits. So it's when I told you to walk the Camino, and no, I didn't told you to walk the Camino. I told, gave you the opportunity, and I say you should consider walking the Camino, because it is life changing.
Yeah.
And Josephine told you that, and Asmus told you that as well, and you choose to come here.
Yes.
So would you mind sharing what it has done for you?
Yes.
You are 3 days before getting in the goal. That was like walking many of weeks in pain and happiness and etc. etc. So
it is.
How was your experience? What do you think? And what is the best thing you take from here?
Yes. In the beginning, I actually didn't really want to come. I was scared, and I was also postponing it a bit. But I did it because it was an opportunity that came along with the education. But also, I felt that I needed to do it because, I came back from Asia and I was back in Belgium. But then I felt like I healed a lot of things. I changed my life, but I was getting back in old patterns, old habits. I again experienced a lot of sadness also about the death of my mom.
So when you're back home?
Yeah, when I was back home.
Here in after you were in Denmark?
Yeah, after I was in Denmark. And after my traveling in Asia. But I started the Camino. The first week was hard.
I remember I FaceTime you when you were in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, and in the start in France, and you took the phone and you were shaking as like, and we're talking to her and say, I am so afraid, and I don't know why, because you have traveled like a year around the world, and it's not different to be here. It's Europe, it's like part of your identity.
It is.
So but you were like, you didn't know why you were so afraid.
No. I found it funny also that I was so afraid. I was afraid to be alone. I thought also I can't do this. The backpack is too heavy. I can't walk so far.
A lot of norms.
A lot of norms again, yeah. I struggled also with blisters, with muscle pain. And I think I struggled the most with my own thoughts that always said, you can't do that. You have to quit and go home. But after 6 days, I really started loving it. I really loved the calmness and the peace that comes with the daily walking, also the routine that comes with it. And it gave me a lot of things. I really noticed here that it's easier to turn around old habits. Also, the knowledge that I already got from the first module of the education, I feel here that I can integrate it. And also all the things that I did since the eco test, that I really can integrate it here, so that it becomes a wisdom, a part of me. I think the most important thing that the Camino gave me is that I found acceptance and peace about the death of my mom. Now when I talk about it, I don't get overwhelmed that much with tears. I also have the urge now to use all the energy that I used before to cry a lot, that I would like to transfer it in something positive, and for example tell her story. And also now.
So now you get emotional.
I get happy with it actually.
But it's not like crying and getting sad, but it's happy, emotional. And that was something I experienced when I walked with you. So I visited Yagna a couple of times here and there, and I started Camino before Yagna. But I waited for you like days here and there, and then we walked some days together, and we actually did some of the modules when we were walking, and that was really fantastic, because you somehow changed from I was telling you maybe to consider etc. to that you were starting telling me and acknowledging a lot of things and doing a diagnosis by yourself, and it was fantastic to experience.
It is. I think the I use a lot of energy by being sad about my mom's death. And I think because, and that was also a reason why I couldn't use my full capacity, but now because of the acceptance and some peace, I can use that energy and that capacity for other things. And then I notice indeed that I can reflect better, that I can develop myself more, also my business.
But the meeting with people here, so here you meet a lot of people. Some people they choose to go in groups, and some people they are solo walkers, and so the Camino is such a personal thing. And I always, come here because I work and walk, because it's very transforming for me, and I have peace of mind. And this Camino I did because I was thankful. And you did your Camino, you met a lot of people doing their Camino in different way. But it was difficult to put it in a boundary and to say yes or no. And you had some big acknowledgement when you were working here.
Yeah, that's true. I really learned to put more boundaries and to protect my energy more. I really learned what gives me energy and what not. And
so energy formula.
Yes.
It actually worked.
It really worked.
You really hated that, during the education when I asked you, now you have to use the energy formula. And well, I really don't want to. But now you have to. But because you make change, your brain, your unconsciousness, you just, fight against it. So when you start using the energy formula, you actually didn't like it that much.
No.
But you realize, and I realize here, that you're actually using it.
Yeah, unconsciously. I'm using it. Yeah, it is.
So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So what's the best thing of the Camino before you're in the target in 3 days?
The best thing that it gave me, or because I think the Camino is the best thing in general. Actually, I really love it. I would recommend it also to so many
That's
people.
a big thing to say when you think how many countries you have been traveling. You've actually been traveling around the world. And remember, I told you when I was in Nepal, I was standing and on top of Himalaya, and I was looking. It was mesmerizing. It was just so big, but I was thinking, I miss Camino. Yeah. And you cannot explain that to nobody, anybody. It's difficult because you transform here.
Yeah.
And you make new, you make new habits when you're walking.
It is.
And it's very important when you come home, you remember it's like a seed. Yeah. In when you put a seed in the earth and you have to water it and
it is.
And so what is your seed you take from here? That you have put and you're going to water and give it a lot of energy to it can grow and be like a big sustainable tree. Like your core Yakna.
Yeah. I really learned to believe in myself here and let go of a lot of fears and insecurities and norms actually also. So it gave me a lot of self-love, a lot of happiness and a lot of energy. I have the feeling that I never felt as happy and as powerful and energetic as that I am here. So that I will definitely take with me. For example, in moments that things are a bit difficult or that I feel less good, I can think back about the happy feeling that I experienced here, because now it's a familiar feeling also.
Oh, that's nice. So you have a new experience.
Yeah, I really have a new experience.
And then the new experience give you a knowledge that you can transform to wisdom, and then you create the new energy.
Yes.
The energy formula.
The energy formula. I'll come back to that.
I'm going to make different videos about the energy formula. I just needed somebody to tell their experience about the eco test and about the Camino and about the education. So if you're out there, you really need some life-changing education or consulting or advising, you actually start having clients from May when you come back from Camino. And we have a lot of different things in Ancient Academy. Reach out to us if you need the change and you need to be happy. I will definitely do my best to help you. So, buen camino here from Puerto Manin. And thank you so much, Yakna, for doing the interview.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.